Hello, everyone. Welcome to this session of Sophrology with Annette. Welcome, Annette, and let's get started.
Thank you very much. It's a real pleasure to be here, Florence. And burnout is something that I'm quite interested in because I've gone through something of that myself. I think most of us sophrologists who work in this field have had that experience. And today what I want to work on is the Wonder Woman syndrome for mothers. And myself, I'm a mom of two, and my husband traveled a great deal. So it was kind of like being a single mom during the week, but not on the weekends. And just juggling everything that was coming at me, plus running my own business. I was studying and volunteering as well. So kind of went into that Wonder Woman mode. And there were times where I just couldn't think. So these techniques, I'm going to teach just one technique today, is something that really helps, because one of the problems with this sort of Wonder Woman syndrome is that we don't know how to say no, and we say yes to too many things. And you know, it's kind of I don't know if it's society or if it's ourselves, because a lot of women, when we have our children, we've already had careers, so you're so used to being really active, so you think you need to do everything for everyone. And you don't realize that, no, we also have to take care of ourselves. So I'm going to jump straight into it. I'll explain the technique first. So the first thing I'm going to work with is the head. And in the head, we're going to just become present in the head. But we have a couple of movements we do, these dynamic movements. And it's the movement of saying no and the movement of saying yes. And I've chosen this because we need to be more happy with saying no, and saying yes less often. So the no, we're going to take a breath in, hold that breath, and then we're going to turn the head both ways and then release the breath when we come back to center. That's the no portion. And the yes portion, we breathe in, we tilt the head back, we're holding the breath, we tilt the head forward, and we release. So we're just activating this part of the body. And we're going to close that with making what we call rotations with the head. So it's as if you've got a paintbrush on the top of your head. You take a breath in, and you're just going to paint like a circle on the top of the head, on the top of the ceiling, and then we'll do the same on the way back, okay? So we're going to do each movement 3 times. And again, we are activating sort of the dermatomes and the nervous system within the head structure, okay? And when we're finished that, we're going to take a pause and we're going to sit down. So I'm going to do the whole thing standing, but I'm going to invite you to sit down and just notice the sensations in the head. So it's the awareness of it. And then what I want you to bring in is the sensation of peace. Because one of the things as a busy mom in that Wonder Woman syndrome is we don't have enough moments of peace. So whatever it is that brings peace, it could be a visual, perhaps it's a vacation, could be yourself walking on the side of a mountain. I'm not sure what it is for you, could be swimming, whatever it is, but just bring that sensation of peace. And I want you we're going to fill the head with that sensation of peace until it settles, and then just notice the body. So that's one part of the technique we're going to do. Then we're going to stand up again. And this time what we're going to do is we're going to do something for our solar plexus area, which is our area of self-esteem, self-worth, self-power. And as a busy mom, we sort of forget about ourselves and we don't take enough time for our own self-care. So we're going to activate this system. And we're going to do this by putting one hand on the back and one hand on the stomach. And we're going to do what we call like, it's kind of like Bell's breathing. We're going to breathe in. So I'm pushing with the stomach and I'm just breathing forcefully out the nose. So I'm really activating this part of the body. And then the second exercise we're going to do for this is we're going to hold like a balloon out in front of us. And then we're going to hold that balloon and sort of breathe in, hold the breath, and slowly bring the balloon or ball into the stomach. And then we release the tension. So you're tensing that stomach area and we release it as we touch the tummy area. Now this area, again, is about power. So when we sit down, we're going to do a short visualization. And this time I want it to be of power. So at what point in your life did you feel you had your own self-power? It's not necessarily control over situation. It's more about inner self-power. And for me, sometimes when I do this, I even just think about when I took time for myself. So maybe go back to when I was having massage and how that felt and bring that into my body so that I get that same sensation into my body at that time. Because when I was getting a massage, I was taking time for myself. Okay. Or if for power, maybe you've never had a massage. It could just be feeling the power of the sun. That would work too. Or maybe there was another time where you just felt very much at ease. You can just bring that into this area. Okay. And we're going to have that area sort of fill with that sensation again and just sense the body. Okay. So it's up to you what you bring in, but it needs to be something that is positive and something that makes you feel stronger or brings back this notion of self-care. Okay. And then we're going to take a slight pause and then we'll come back into the room. Okay. So the other thing is when we do these techniques, usually we do these with our eyes closed, and that's just so that we can better concentrate on ourselves and go within. When our eyes are open, the subconscious mind is taking in everything around us. If you're not comfortable with your eyes closed, that's fine. Just maybe drop your eyes so that you're looking in your lap. Okay. I just invite you to do that. It's just a little bit easier. Okay, so let's begin the technique then. So we're going to start with standing in front of our chair. And we're going to start just with a quick sort of check-in with the body, and then we'll do a quick tension release. So we're going to ask you to clasp your hands, put them above your head, and just stretch the body, and then bring the arms down. And we'll do that a couple of times. Okay, are we ready? Great. So I invite you to stand up in front of your chair. And get comfortable. So your feet maybe shoulder width distance apart, maybe your knees slightly bent, your eyes closed or looking down at the floor, arms by your side. Just taking a nice long breath in. So maybe slowing down the breath if you can, just taking a long breath, maybe even loosening the belly so that the belly rises on the in-breath and falls on the out-breath. And let's just do a couple of breaths like this where we breathe in nice and long. And we breathe out. And just noticing the sounds outside the room, sounds farther away. And then just noticing the sounds closer at hand, so the sounds in the room. Maybe there are people around you, just notice those sounds. And then let's become aware of the sounds of our body. So noticing the breathing. Perhaps you can hear your tummy. Just accept these sounds as part of life and let them float away on a cloud for later. Any thoughts, same thing, just let them float away. We're not going to engage with anything now, no judgments, just curiosity and wonder with what's going on within the body. So we drop into the body now, just noticing that you're in the upright position, noticing where your feet feel on the floor, perhaps noticing where your feet have pressure with the floor, and becoming aware of the space that you take up in the room, noticing your head, your neck and shoulders, the arms, your hands, your upper chest and back, the middle part of the body, and the pelvic region, the bottom, your legs, and the feet. And just noticing if there's any tension anywhere. We're just take a breath in. I'm going to invite you to put your arms above your head, clasp your hands together, and just do a good stretch. And if you found any tension in the body, when you're done stretching here, just blow that tension out of the body with the mouth. So let's breathe in again. Lift our arms up above our head and just stretch the body gently, holding the breath. And when you're ready, just releasing the breath and releasing the arms. Now I invite you to sit down in your chair and just get comfortable sitting in your chair with the back against the chair. Again, just become aware of the body sitting in the chair. And let's just fill our body with some form of energy, something that makes us feel warm. Could be the energy from the sun, could be something else. Just with an in-breath, just fill the whole body with this energy. Feel it pulsing within the body. And then on the out-breath, let's just stimulate all the cells within the body. So just activating the body. Breathing in this nice energy again, filling the whole body with this energy, rejuvenating energy. As we breathe out, just letting that energy settle within the body. I'm now going to invite you to do the technique for the first, so it's for the head. So we're going to stand up again. So standing up again. We're now going to experience our head. So just becoming very aware and conscious of the head. We're going to start with the first movement as if we say no. So taking a breath in, hold the breath, and then turn the head to the right, then to the left, back to center, and release. Breathe in again. Hold the breath, turn the head to the left, to the right, to the center, and release. Breathing in again. Hold the breath, and then turn the head whichever way you like. And release when you come back to center. Taking a slight pause here. Take another breath in. And now tilt the head back as if you're saying yes, and then forward, and then release the breath. Breathe in again. Hold the breath, tilt the head forward, and then back, and release. And a third time on your own rhythm. Slight pause, noticing the head. And now let's close with the head circle. So taking a breath in, hold the breath, and as if you have a paintbrush on the top of your head in the center, paint a little circle in the ceiling in one direction, and then the other direction, and then release the breath. Now I invite you to sit back down in your chair, sit back against the chair, taking a pause. Just become aware of the head and all the sensations in the head. Now I'm going to invite you to breathe in the sensation of peace into your head. So whatever that feels like, however it comes to you. So breathing in this peace and just filling up the head space. And as you breathe out, let that settle deeper within your head. Perhaps letting it go down the whole body. So breathing in that sensation of peace, however it presents itself. And then letting that settle within the body. And that sensation of peace could also just be a memory of maybe taking a long bath, be a memory of going for a nice walk, a slow walk. Just allowing those sensations to infiltrate the whole body as you breathe in this peace. Filling up the head, and then as you breathe out, letting it settle deeper within the head or letting it flow through the body. Let's take a slight pause here. Just noticing how the body is shifted. And then I invite you to stand up for the final part of the exercise. We're now going to focus on the middle, softer part of the body. So in the solar plexus area, and I want you to put one hand on your solar plexus, and perhaps your right hand, and your left hand at the back parallel, so that you're parallel to each other. So one on the back, one on the front, and doing it, the standing is a little bit easier than sitting, but you can also do it sitting. If you're sitting, just move forward in your chair so that your back's not against the chair. And let's begin the bellows breathing. So we're going to push the stomach in and out as we breathe in the nose forcefully. So you can listen to me and just watch. Engaging the tummy. Letting go of the breathing. Let your hands fall by your side. And let's do that again, but switch hands this time. So maybe the left hand at the front, the right hand at the back. And again, we're engaging the nose and the belly. So the belly moves as we do the breathing. We begin that now. Letting the arms drop. Let's do that one more time. Place your hands wherever you prefer. Really activating the upper part of the abdomen. And letting the arms drop. Just noticing how more active perhaps this middle, softer part of the body is now. The second part of this exercise is I want you to pretend you're holding a large ball or balloon in front of you. So our arms are rounded. Taking a breath in, you've got a hold of that ball. I want you to squeeze your stomach muscles and now slowly bring that ball toward your abdomen. And when you touch the abdomen, release the breath. So you're tensing that middle part of the body and release. And do that one more time. Big ball out front, take a breath in. Tensing the stomach and then slowly bringing that ball in. And releasing. Now I invite you to sit down in your chair. And for this part of the body, just notice the sensations, how it feels. Perhaps there's some warmth, perhaps tingling, whatever you feel, it's right. Just be curious to notice what's going on. And now we're going to bring in a visual. So again, going to a memory, a time when you felt perhaps more self-power. And perhaps it was a time when you were engaged in some self-care. Perhaps when you were getting a massage. So a time that you felt you were worthy, that you noticed, that you felt good within whatever it was you were doing. It's that self-care. I want you to bring in that feeling of self-care, self-compassion. And just with the in-breath, bring in that sensation into the body. So it could be from a memory. It could just be the word self-care. It could be self-compassion, self-love. And on the out-breath, just allowing that feeling, that sensation we have, settle within that part of the body, but also disperse throughout the body. So breathing in that self-care, that self-love, compassion, letting it settle within the middle part of the body. And as we breathe out, letting it disperse throughout the body. Breathing that in again. Letting it disperse throughout the body. And then take a final pause. So leaving that thought, that visual. Just taking a final pause and noticing how the body has shifted. Just noticing the little things with curiosity and wonder. And then just before we come back into the room with our in-breath and an out-breath, just become aware that we can build a future full of well-being. Just bringing in that confidence with the in-breath and the out-breath and the trust in ourselves and our decisions and our abilities to be at peace, and our ability to have self-compassion. And then with that, we start to come back into the room. So you can move your toes, stretch your legs, you can rub your hands together, maybe stretch your arms, and open your eyes when you're ready. And at this point, we always like to write down what we noticed about the body, how the body was feeling, what sort of sensations, where you felt the sensations. It just helps integrate the process into the conscious mind from what we just experienced when we were really working on a subconscious level. Do we have time for any questions, Florence, or?
Not really, no.
No, I think we're about finished. All right, well, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the practice and enjoy the rest of the Burnout to Balance sessions.
Thank you, Annette. Bye.
Thank you, bye-bye.